Okay, so we've got a whole lot of different bits and pieces here. These are fairly general, but just about all of them could be applied to the things that they carried and various chapters within that book. And we've looked in depth at about 4 of these things. So as you can see, these are words that you can use in your analysis through O'Brien's manipulation of a character's actions, dramatic irony, sound devices, the conflict, first-person viewpoint. When I've got the imagery over here, that sort of goes with it. When we're talking about imagery, we're talking about things like personification and metaphor and simile. To move on, here are a few things that I had. It's a bit blurry, but these are the things to avoid. These are the not achieved things. Writing a plot summary, you can write a 1,000-word plot summary and you'll still get not achieved, which is unfortunate. Being too brief is also going to get you not achieved. Using a pre-prepared essay, if you've found a really neat exemplar of, an essay on the things they carry, it's probably going to be for a different question that you'll face in the exam. Relying a film version of a written text, well, I don't think that'll happen in this case. Did not address both parts of the question. In fact, there's usually 3 parts that we've got to think about, and we'll look at that in a second. Not understanding one part of the question. It's also important then to break it down and to do some planning. Writing a simplistic account of the text without showing any analysis of it. Okay, see the first point about the plot summary. Misunderstanding keywords such as shifts in power and satisfying outcome. Confusing language techniques with other devices such as point of view, and struggling due to the text they're writing on lacking substance. That's not the case. Just to go back, here are the questions that I gave you to look at. These are the 2021 exam questions. Just looking through those, you can see here the first word of each of the questions is analyze. In year 11 and level 1 NCEA, it's just describe and explain. Level 3, it's discuss. Okay, and we know what analyze means. So what I've got here is a bit of a question, and I'm going to talk about how we would break this down. This question says, analyze how language features created a mood for a particular purpose in the written texts. And we've got 3 parts to this, and that's aside from the very first word, which is analyze. So we're talking about language features, we're talking about mood, and we're talking about a particular purpose. Those are the key things to understand in this question. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at doing a little grid as a plan. And I think the better you plan before you start writing, the better your answer is going to be. And I know, there's a time constraint with your essay, but you're going to be fine. Just if you spend a bit of extra time planning, it'll make all the difference. So what we're going to look at is doing a little grid that looks like this. Now, what you'll see is that I've split those 3 things from the question here. We've got the language features, we've got the mood, and we've got purpose. And the other thing that I'd suggest is that when we do our little grid, we can break the order of that up, and just to help us think about it. And I will show you how to do that in my next snippy little video.